Sonic Hedgehog. La 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 la.
Blue streak speeds by. Sonic the Hedgehog. Too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. Look out when he storms through. Sonic the Hedgehog. Don't doubt what he can do. Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive. He's the fastest thing alive.
Hello and welcome to episode 78 of the Pixels in the Animation. I don't know why I said the twice. I'm of course TFU and Mike. Joining me is TV's Mr. Nail.
Way past drool.
Yes, way past drool, folks. That's right. Oh boy, Sonic the Hedgehog. This series is over, folks. We're done. Thank God.
Now we just got to review the other Sonic.
You know what? Since that's supposedly the comedy one, I'm actually looking forward to that. Honestly.
It better be funny.
Well, one of the reasons is because I remember when we interviewed Gary Chalk way back when. He's the voice of Grounder in that series, I think. And yeah, anytime Gary does stuff is stuff like that is kind of funny.
Yeah.
All right,
you know what? When we were talking about Sonic Spinball a couple weeks back, I forgot to mention that I think Grounder and Scratch actually show up in the Sonic Spinball game. Because there are some allusions to that cartoon in that game.
Oh wow!
As well as Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, where they absolutely do show up.
The Mean Bean Machine, is that some sort of?
It's like a puzzle game. It's kind of like it's a little bit like Columns.
I thought it was like the most evilest coffee pot ever. All right, so today we have Cry of the Wolf is up first. Sonic and company finally make contact with the other Royal Freedom Fighter group. They must work together when a nearly indestructible war machine arrives to attack. Hey, what's Rhodey doing in this cartoon? Absent from this episode is Bunny and Uncle Chuck, along with Tails. Tails ends up being absent more than he ends up being there at this point.
That's not good.
No. Again, considering this was 2 years after the second game's release, and I would think that the second game would not have died down that fast, because that second game, as we've already said, was a big improvement. The first game is great for what it is, but as you've joked about, speeding hedgehog that can't run uphill, and that's why they added...
1994 is also where we got Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which also had Tails.
Okay, so there you go. Yeah,
so the series was still going kind of strong. As long as we're talking about the other Freedom Fighters, I have to correct myself on a previous episode. When the one character, I forget his name, he was falling into the void, and I thought he said, the king lives, but he was actually saying the king's list, which was the list of the other.
Oh, that's
fighters.
Right.
So that's where that mistake comes from.
Yeah. So the other what was that? Not Brad. What's his name? I don't know. The one that they saw earlier with the other group that they ran into in a previous episode. Yeah, it was the King's List, not the King Lives. Yeah. Yeah. The last thing we need is a Tron reference in this show. I love Tron, but don't get me wrong. Tron and Sonic should not mix. So yeah, Cry of the Wolf. We meet the Wolf Pack, and I'm like, where's Silver Sable?
Where's Hall and Nash?
I know, right? Oh my god. I do like that we get more story. I do think this episode is very well written, and I enjoy the attempt at tying the series together with a threaded storyline. Now, maybe this is what people were thinking when they said they loved the Dark Sonic and that it has an overall continuity. Basically, what they were probably thinking of is all of these episodes. They were not thinking of the one-offs.
Yeah.
And honestly, if they had put... if they had reordered the one-offs a little bit, maybe it would have been made a little bit more sense. Like, we get 26 episodes between 2 seasons, so I don't know entirely between the 2 seasons because I'm not looking at the entire list right now how many actual one-off or filler episodes there are, but let's say you do a 5-parter that's all storyline, you do another 5-parter that's 10 episodes, and then you have the other 3 as fillers somewhere in the middle altogether. So you have like a 5-parter at the beginning, the 3 filler episodes, and then the 5-parter at the end. And then you could do the same thing for the second season as well. Maybe
the only problem with that is that this was airing weekly. So if you had 3 episodes in a row that were all filler, that's like almost not. Yeah, it actually would have been about a month of like no story advancement.
Yeah, that's true. So Cry of the Wolf, what did you think of this one?
It was all right. It wasn't like... It was... The only thing that really happened is that they found another freedom fighter group. The end. I mean, the story is really superfluous. Mm-hmm. Other than that, we discovered one of the new weapons that Robotnik has, whatever that thing was called, I don't remember, but they like couldn't destroy it. They were throwing everything they could at it. It wouldn't break. Yeah. They're like, it isn't even dented. Oh shit, what are we going to do now? I'm making sure that every episode of Pixels in the Animation has a Transformers reference.
We're being sucked into it.
That didn't happen, but...
that would have been perfect a couple weeks ago, or last week when we did The Void. Oh, wow. Damn it, we missed that one, didn't we?
It's okay.
It's okay. Ooh. Even though it's stupid, but Robotnik is Unicron, Snively is Galvatron. Destroy him, Snively, now, or you yourself shall be obliterated! So, yeah.
Snively's more like Starscream. He's the little asshole who's always scheming behind his back.
Yeah. Which kind of makes sense because Charlie would go on to voice Starscream in the live-action movies. Oh, crap. But yeah, Cry of the Wolf, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun and interesting. And as I said last week, we've got 4 episodes left here for today, and they have to pretty much do all story points at this point to get the series to some sort of ending. Druid Henge, unlike Stonehenge, because I didn't really see too many stones. It's just...
No.
Yeah. This one is basically Sonic and Tails team up in order to thwart Robotnik's scheme to possess the magical Deep Power Stones. Absent from this episode are Rotor, Bunny, and Antoine. So we have Power Stones now. Did the Diva Plava Laguna leave them? Oh, no, wait, that's almost a year before that movie would come out. Damn it. No Fifth Element a reference for me. Oh, boy. So, Druid Henge, thoughts?
What's come to mind recently is that we've never seen the Chaos Emeralds in this series.
Yeah.
We find a lot of things that are replacements for the Chaos Emeralds, like this and the Power Rings and everything. Mm-hmm. But it's like, why aren't they in this cartoon at all? I don't know. Because they were basically the whole plot of the first 3 games.
Yeah.
I keep kicking my mic.
Well, quit it. You just bought it. Don't break it already.
No, it's the mic stand.
Oh.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'll have to figure out a way to move it.
I love Snively. I hate my life. I love Snively.
That reminds me of that one character from Bonkers. I don't know why. I don't know why I would ever remember that cartoon. I hate my life.
So, Tails came up with this plan apparently. Okay, then, it's kind of cool, but it's not way past, but presently cool, I guess. I don't know. Tails coming up with the plan is, I guess, I'm not saying the kid is dumb. He's not. He's fairly smart, and Sally has been teaching him stuff, but the fact that he came up with the plan, and let's face it, Sonic isn't the best planner. He's more of go, 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 juice, juice, juice.
Mm-hmm. Chili dog.
Chili dog, yeah. But no, I think that's cool, and I think it's interesting. And what I liked about this one was the fact that they basically lead you on a scavenger hunt that didn't really feel like a true scavenger hunt. Trust me, I watched all 75 episodes of Mask, and there's only so many times you can repeat the same damn plot of going out into the fucking desert and looking for something. Here, yeah, I'm gonna shoot myself in the head when I say this, but I would rather watch The Girl Who Loves Powerglide on repeat than ever watch another episode of Mask ever again.
That's so awful because Mask looks so cool and it just isn't.
It's the theme song is cool. The very first episode when they do the team up thing, the team announce thing, that is cool. The plots in that show and the stories in that show, I swear it's like a pattern. Every 3 or 4 episodes, you get the same episode that you had, the same type of episode. How many times are you going to go to an Incan temple or an Aztec temple or whatever? How many times? They went to Las Vegas once and did some sort of gold heist for money, but the rest of it is like searching for buried treasure. And as I said a couple of weeks ago, Mysterious Cities of Gold was a better treasure hunting thing than Mask or anything else.
I'm gonna go find episodes of Mysterious Cities of Gold and just watch it and S its D. That cartoon was so good.
So yeah, what episode was this? Oh yeah, Druid Henge. Hell, the Beast Wars episode about Stonehenge was... I like this episode, but I would rather watch the Beast Wars stuff with Stonehenge than this. The penultimate episode is Spy Hog, because guess what? Dr. Robotnik finds out that it's Chuck that's the spy. He actually thinks that it's Snively at first, but finds out it's Uncle Chuck and is going to probably, off the old man. But they escape, they do all this stuff, and basically it's a run and gun kind of episode, and once again... missing from the episode is Tails. What's he doing? That's what I want to know.
Playing his Game Gear.
Playing his Game Gear while drinking his Diet Pepsi?
I guess.
I don't know.
He's so much better character than Dulcie. He makes plans. He flies better than Dulcie. He's just all around a better character. Mm-hmm. And they just keep leaving him behind. I don't understand.
And I'm loving, at this point in the series, I'm loving Snively because he is becoming even more and more flippant towards Robotnik.
He's a passive-aggressive little prick is what he is, and that makes him good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Starting to sass back at Robotnik.
Yeah, pretty much. And when Dulcie and Antoine... Oh, Antoine had another good episode with the escargot. And again, folks, if there was anybody else voicing this character other than Rob Paulsen, I would not have this reaction to it because it is Rob Paulsen. The escargot, you don't understand. It's going to, oh my God, it's going to explode my brain because they're not doing it right. And I love the fact that when Dulcie gets him to get him to shut up, she sticks him in her pouch and she's done this before, and we didn't bring it up. She always calls him Tony.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so, Dulcie, who's the boss? All I can think of is Tony fucking Danza. That's all I can think of. I need to see if that show's on Hulu. Anyway. And of course, by the end of the episode, Chuck still has a way to do his spying, because either he built one of Robotnik's robots or stole one and hollowed it out so he can fit inside. I don't know how the hell that happened. Because as I said, Robotnik's robots finds Chuck's signal and everything else, and goes in and destroys the thing and all that, and kidnaps him, and Robotnik tries to reprogram him, but it doesn't work, and Sonic saves him and all that. What did you think of Spy Hog?
It was okay. It was the last episode where Chuck was really relevant. I mean, they made it seem like he was going to be a big part of the finale when they ominously said next week, the Doomsday, and it was like it was over a picture of him. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome, and he didn't really factor in again.
Yeah,
he's in the last episode, but
yep. Yeah, I think everybody's in the last episode because it's the last episode.
Yeah.
Anything else on Spy Hog?
Not really.
Alright, so the finale, the Doomsday Project. Robotnik's Doomsday Project begins a week earlier than anyone had anticipated. Well, duh. With all of Mobius in danger, the Freedom Fighters prepare for what may be their final battle. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, this one, this is an all-out war between Robotnik and them. I think they try to allude to the Chaos Emeralds, at least Robotnik does, with his electro machine thingamajigger. Maybe, not really, because there isn't any stones in it, but just the way that I understood it was these three pieces of things come together and form this super titanium force field and whatever else, and it's like it's even better than Trailbreaker's force fields.
Oh, jeez.
But I did like the Doomsday Project. There's one moment in this where I thought they were going to put a gold medal on Sonic, because he pulls out the third ring to stop. He gets sucked down into the roboticizer, and this is a special roboticizer chamber just for him, and I didn't see him pull out two rings, and then he pulls out the third one, and he kind of makes like a Triforce kind of thing in the air. And I'm just like, wait, don't you have three more rings so we can get the Olympic symbol in here? Is NBC paying you guys for this? Come on now. Olympics.
Sued if they did that.
I know. Oh God. Mario and Sonic at the Olympics. Obviously, that was years later. That was not
right
back in the 90s. What did you think of the finale?
It was a good finale. It wasn't my favorite episode, but they got everyone in there, and they really didn't skimp on the animation. This was one of the best animated episodes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but they kind of left us hanging on a lot of things. You never found out what happened to the king. Never figured out what happened to. God, I already forgot that character's name. The other guy that was in.
The Freedom Fighters, yeah.
Yeah. Or that wizard character that was kind of bad.
Oh,
kind of good.
Yeah. Naugus, yeah.
Michael Bell.
And
the very ending is a total cliffhanger.
It is. And
fortunately, it's not like an Alf cliffhanger where we never find out what happened. But it's like Snively's like, oh, yes, now I can take over, and I've got a special surprise. And you see these two glowing eyes. Never find out what that's about. What happens next? I don't know. Maybe Ken Penders knows. maybe you have to read the comics to find out. And we're not going to do that. I'm certainly not.
Was there ever a comic for this series? I don't even know.
There was
Archie
Comics. Archie Comics actually had a really good run with Sonic the Hedgehog, and a lot of the characters from this series wound up in that series.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here now.
Yeah, you'll see Sally Acorn and Bunny Rabbit.
Yeah.
Eventually, they were drawn more in the Sonic style, so you get like them kind of game-sized.
Oh, relationship-based superhero story. Oh no.
Yeah, but it's also where remember a few weeks ago I was kind of complaining about how the female characters are drawn. The comics are where they get really sexualized.
Oh,
and again,
no.
it's not my thing to complain about sexy characters, but these are woodland creatures.
Yeah. There's a huge difference there, folks. Very huge difference.
And I'm not even going to bring up the Sonic fandom on the internet.
Please don't.
I've just, I know it sounded kind of weird that I took part of the episode to complain about that, but I've been on DeviantArt way too long. And it's just something I've encountered, and I'm like, no, dude, come on. No. I wake up in a cold sweat.
Yeah, no, don't do it. Oh, Lord. All right, that's going to do it for us, folks, and that's going to do it for Sat AM. Next week we'll have the recap for the series and talk about some of the comics and other things really quickly and things like that and whatever. We're going to take a quick break, come back with ratings for these final 4 episodes after this. Holy crap. I don't know why I'm yawning. I woke up like 5 o'clock this afternoon. Alright. We are back here on Pixels and the Animation. It is time to rate these final 4 episodes. What are you going to give Call of the Wolf or whatever it's called?
I'll give it a 3. Decent episode. Didn't really advance the story as much as it was trying to. It was just kind of like, hey, we're connecting with the other freedom fighters, and that's all that really happened.
Yep. I'll give it a 3 as well. I enjoyed it. I thought it was interesting, but overall almost kind of pointless because other than the core group, I don't really remember seeing any of the other freedom fighters in the final episode. Oh, and that's we'll talk about that when we.
Yeah, actually, there were a lot of the freedom fighters were in the final episode. They got caught a lot.
Oh, yeah,
because
right.
It came down to like Sonic's group at the end.
Yeah. That's right. So Druid Henge, what are you going to give that?
I'll give it a 3.5. It was a good Tails episode. Wish there was more Tails because he is kind of a kid character, but he's a tolerable kid character. He's better than like Daniel Witwicky. He fills in a good role for the series, and he just doesn't get put in the series as much as he should be. This is kind of like the last hurrah for Tails.
Yep. Yeah, I'm also going to give it a 3.5. Again for Tails kind of thing, and yes, he's not as annoying as Daniel Witwicky, but Daniel Witwicky is not as annoying as Scott and T-Bob from Mask. Daniel Witwicky is a better character than those two combined.
What about Daniel Witwicky with Wheelie?
I don't know. I do enjoy Daniel with Grimlock. That's funny.
That's a good pairing.
Yeah, that's a good pairing. All right, Spy Hog. What are you gonna give that one?
I'll give it a 3.
Okay, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 because I like that. Again, we have kind of continuity here. We have being the penultimate episode. I believe it's this episode where Snively calls Robotnik Julian, which has not happened since the flashback episode a few weeks ago.
That's right.
Where we found out, his name and all that stuff in his past. So I did enjoy that about Spy Hog as well. All right, the Doomsday Project. One thing we forgot to mention with all of the power rings, or I forget how he did it, but he went beyond being supersonic. I mean, he went sparkly Sonic, and I say that in a good way. I don't say that in, a stupid daylight vampire kind of way.
That's right.
And the only reason why I say sparkly Sonic is because that's what was in the games. And it's him and Sally inside this giant bubble, Superman 1 kind of style, and they're kind of flying and zooming around the entire complex, destroying the whole thing. And apparently the power rings, when used in this way, also, are a good defense against ED.
Yeah. What I was thinking the whole time, because the episode wraps up very quickly once they do that. Yeah. It's just like, we're going to run around really quick and start destroying everything. And I'm like, wow, this is exactly like the end of Transformers, the movie. Where it's just like, okay, the Matrix is open, bam, 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 everything gets destroyed really quickly. Okay, that's the end. Bye.
The difference here is the planet didn't rip itself apart, because technically once the Matrix opens and the explosion of power happens, Unicron basically rips his arms and legs off and beats himself to death with them.
Yeah. And we didn't get to hear Stan Bush.
That's right. Well, we will at the end of this episode. The Doomsday Project for a season finale. So I'm not going to give it 2 grades, but I'm going to say 2 grades for it. As a season finale, I think it's cool. I think it's great. I think it works to kind of wrap everything up. As a season finale, leaving it on a cliffhanger. If there was going to be a 3rd season, I think it would have been good. As a series finale, leaving it on a cliffhanger, it's like Sheldon Cooper's reaction to what's that stupid show? I don't think it's Fire. I'm not saying Firefly's a stupid show. I'm saying there was a oh God, what is it? I should know this. Damn it! I watch The Big Bang Theory all the fucking time. There was one of the shows on one of the networks that did not get Alphas. That's what it was. That's what he was so pissed off about. That Alphas did not get a proper send-off.
If you're trying to make space on the DVR, why don't you just get rid of some of the stuff you've already watched? Like, Alphas.
No, it's a season 2 finale. That was quite the cliffhanger. I'm going to rewatch it before season 3 starts.
There is no season 3. They canceled that show.
Well, they can't cancel it. It ended on a cliffhanger.
They did.
Sheldon, there are 2 dumplings left. Do you want them?
Dumplings? Don't you understand what's going on here?
As a rule, no.
That show ended with all the residents of New York either dead or unconscious. Oh, now I'll never know what happened.
Oh, why don't you make up your own ending?
Yeah, oh, sure. Well, a wonderful idea. Yeah, after that, I'll make up my own rules of oral hygiene. Yeah, instead of flossing, I'll rub pudding on my gums. No, I'm gonna get the number of the Sci-Fi Channel and give them what for.
Oh, please don't do that.
But no, they can't just cancel a show like Alphas. They have to help the viewers let go. Yeah, Firefly did a movie to wrap things up. Buffy the Vampire Slayer continued on as a comic book. Heroes gradually lowered the quality season by season until we were grateful it ended.
I feel bad for whoever gets that phone call.
Don't. If they didn't want to be yelled at by crazy nerds, they shouldn't have started a Sci-Fi Channel.
Decian, the superhero webcomic. Decian's got superhero antics and sexy girls. For action, comedy, mayhem, and more, read it now at Decian.com. DASIEN.com.
I would say as a season finale, this is not that great because it leaves it on such a cliffhanger and you expect more. As a series finale, it's great, so I'm going to give it a 4.5. What about you?
I'll give it a 4. It was a good wrap-up for the season. It was a good episode, animated very well. But yeah, that ending just kills you because it's like, it just leaves you hanging and there's nothing else.
Nope.
It's kind of like, God, there's a show that I always compare stuff like this to. It's not Elf. I know I said Elf earlier, but then I remembered Elf actually did have a movie, a made-for-TV movie that wrapped it up. The other show I'm thinking, The Irresponsible Captain Tyler, it just annoys the crap out of me because it's a great show and it ended on a cliffhanger and you never find out what happened. And it just pisses me off. That's what this reminds me of.
Yep. Alright, folks, that's going to do it for us here on Pixels in the Animation. Where can people find your webcomic, sir?
Decian.com, superhero webcomic.
Absolutely. You can find us at geekcastradio.com and thisweekingeek.net. I am on Twitter at TF2andMike. What is your Twitter?
P. Lynn Bailey.
You can follow Geekcast Radio Network on Facebook. Go to facebook.com/Geekcast Radio Network. You can also find This Week in Geek over there. Decian Comic is over there as well. Wait, no, didn't you fold all that into just TV's Mr. Neil?
No, I didn't. I folded the video game thing, and
okay.
I tried to fold Animation Aficionados into it too, but it's like frozen for some reason. I don't know why.
I guess Elsa's cold heart wouldn't let you do anything with it.
I guess.
She just wouldn't let you let it go. Oh, God, I hate that movie. I'm sorry. I cannot stand that movie. Anyway, as I said, next week we're going to do the recap of Sonic the Hedgehog Sat AM, and then in 2 weeks we're going to start the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. Yay, the comedy series.
It better be good because we got to sit through 65 episodes of this shit.
Oh, God.
Because if it's not good, this is going to be very painful.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it will be. For now, I am TF2 and Mike with
TV's Mr. Neil.
Tune in next time and help us find the pixels in the animation.